Hello, it's Brigid from Breeze Estate Sales, and tonight I'm going to be presenting a Whatnot show with my 30 plus year collection of vintage Christmas decor. I'm going to scan the area a little bit. I've got everything set up for tonight's show, and starting here with some adorable handmade felt ornaments and some Christmas balls that have metallic thread. Panning over here, I've got little disco ball ornaments that were on my grandparents' tree when I was a little kid, along with a handmade table runner that I made back in the day. Coming up here, this is a very special item. This is a moose dressed up like a Catholic schoolgirl, which I purchased back in the 80s from an art and craft fair that we used to do. There's some metallic decor here. Handmade beaded flowers by an artist friend of ours. Vintage tree topper. Really cute vintage Christmas card box and some sequin ornaments. This Santa came from the chalet in Wilmette. It is about 10 years old or so, not quite vintage. This pillow was made for me by a husband and wife team who came from Poland. We used to sell these pillows in our store. There are ceramics made in Japan by Lefton and Napco, some really adorable ones. I especially love that Santa with the telephone. Some more beaded ornaments, some more ceramics. There's a Murano glass bowl with a couple of handmade beaded ornaments inside. Just going back here for a moment, I have a couple of vintage candle rings. There's one, and here's the other one. I've got 3 sets of these lighted presents that are all connected together. Here's the first set, and I'll be showing the other 2 sets shortly. There's this stuffed Christmas tree. It just needs a stand, but it's a great display piece. This bottle brush tree also came from the chalet, and here are some more vintage beaded ornaments with sequins. I've got a few handmade bows which were embellished with vintage Christmas picks, and 2 of these Noel banners which were handmade. Over here I've got a few table linens, a gorgeous purple Christmas tree skirt. There are some placemats from Crate and Barrel, and this is the matching runner for a coffee table that goes with the one I showed earlier that was for the end table. I have a whole bunch of mid-century modern inspired Sputnik ornaments. They're all glitter, that's why they're still in the bags, in various colors. Over here, a couple of mobiles with the felt and sequined objects on them. Over here I've got some gorgeous glass ornaments. I always purchase the ornaments in sets of 2 because I wanted one for the front of the tree and one for the back, so that's why you'll see pairs whenever possible. I purchased the glass ornaments from high-end department stores like Marshall Field's, Bloomingdale's, and Neiman-Marcus. Over here I have some really neat pieces. These are tin icicles in 2 different sizes. They're in like new condition, but they are vintage. A set of mirrored coasters, a couple of candles, a tray by Michael Aram, and a couple of placemats, which are round. They're made out of cotton, and they have silver foil stamped on them. This is a really cool vintage ornament, so 60s looking. I do have one Halloween item, which is this witch. And up here are a set of 4 reversible pillows in velveteen that I got from Marshall Fields back in the day. This is a real cute garland as well. It's not the hard plastic, it's a little bit softer plastic, which in my opinion is much easier to deal with. Over here I have 3 mini lighted Christmas trees, all in great shape. Over here, a gorgeous Murano glass centerpiece bowl and 3 sequin Santas. I do have one more lighted Christmas tree over here. I only have 3 light bulbs, one of them burned out, but this one does work. Here's the second set of presents, which light up and they're very festive. Over here I have more ornaments. These are made of polymer clay and were made by an artist friend of ours. And lots more of the beaded and sequin ornaments made out of felt. There's these jumping fish, there's Christmas trees, there's Santa heads. Over here, beautiful birds in all sorts of colors. And up here we have more birds. These birds are one-sided. They don't have the beads and the sequins on the other side. There are hearts, stars, there's a snowman and a Christmas tree. And these ornaments were on our tree growing up, made by my mother. Over here we have another tray of glass ornaments. I bought them in various sizes. These are the smaller ones that I would put at the top of the tree. And like I said, I always had a plan, one for the front and one for the back. More of these ornaments. These came from Tuesday Morning back in the day. These are interesting with two-tone stripes. Over here, this is a really cute vintage fiber optic garland with a poinsettia theme. Here is the third package set that lights up. Here is another candle ring. The candle goes in the center. And finally, more of the ornaments from Tuesday Morning. These are my favorite, the two-tone and the ones that are red and green. Hope to see you tonight at our Whatnot show, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great day.